Guys, AC here. Welcome to another review. Now, I have been thinking about this video for a while. See, over the course of the year, I get a chance to smell hundreds, if not thousands of fragrances. Yeah, and I thought, everybody has a to-buy list. So, if I did a video where I told you the most impressive fragrances that I came across this year, excuse me, that might help you, right? So my intention of doing this video is to tell you the fragrances that impressed me the most this year, and why they impressed me. You also know that if you've been following me for a while, I also do exclusive reviews. That's to tell you about new fragrances, brand new, nobody's reviewed them, just putting it out there and telling you, as I would in a full review, everything about that fragrance. This video is a bit different. So it's not only got some of the exclusive reviews I've done, it also tells you about fragrances that I haven't reviewed or I just found it particularly fantastic and I just wanted to put it out there. It'll help you create your own to-buy list. Yeah. So how did I go about it? I listed everything I've smelt and the ones that impressed me. So I started with designers. I've got 20 designers. I listed out the criteria and I modified the criteria many times. Then I listed all the niche fragrances. There's 17 of them. Some have got stars against them. So this is a very elaborate preparation. I have worked on this video at least 3 or 4 times, yeah? And it must have taken me at least last 1 month or so. Thinking process has been a long time. So this is a pretty solid list. I'm very confident about why I'm telling you something is worth testing. So let's start. Let's start with a fragrance which falls in the niche category, but it actually makes fragrances, that company makes fragrances which are mostly designers or smell like designers, but I've been very impressed with them. So the first one, and I've done a full review of this, is Galloway by Parfums de Marley. Now, guys, when I first smelled this fragrance, it was in Selfridges, London. And the moment I smelt it, it reminded me of a Roja. Spot on. That Roja is Roja Elysium Eau de Parfum. Not the blue bottle, but the clear bottle. And I have a huge respect for Rojas. The moment I smelled this, I said to myself, my God, this is just amazing. So I got myself a 10 ml decant and I loved it. So if you're interested, you can check the full review, but I'll tell you a brief summary of why this is so good. This is so good because it uses 3 things, and beautifully so: musk, citrus, and amber. And there's an underlying layer of iris. So the texture of the fragrance is like silky, smooth, languid, elegant fragrance. Extremely wearable, and it will be liked by everybody. If you're a designer person who's looking to get into niche fragrances, this is a fantastic beginner niche. Galloway, excellent find. So I rate this very highly. In fact, there are 2 Parfums de Marley that I rate very highly. I tried it last year, loved it. One of the best tobacco scents. This year, Galloway, just fantastic. So that's my first in this video. Galloway done. So let's do a few designers first. Now this is a fragrance that I have done an exclusive review of, and it's Baldessarini Ultimate. Now Baldessarini it's part of Hugo Boss, but it makes fragrances which are pretty unique. Some of the ones that I've tried are Ombre, which is an amber, boozy amber, beautiful. The other one which I've reviewed is Baldessarini Concentré, which is fantastic office scent for spring and autumn. This one, it's an all year round, beautiful, woody, lemony, woody, leathery scent. So you wouldn't get authentic leather, and this fragrance is all, synthetic, but it smells beautiful. And it's been crafted so well that it comes across as very professional. So I would wear this in professional settings. And I've tried and tested it in professional settings, in a suit, and it was absolutely wonderful. The experience was amazing, people's reactions were amazing. It's got a very professional, likable, easy to wear vibe. It's a standout designer for me. And I've tried many. This is a standout because it doesn't cost a lot of money and it smells amazing and it performs beautifully. So nothing earth-shattering, but a cut above the rest. Baldessarini Ultimate. Have a look at the review and do test it out. I'm pretty sure you'll like it, especially if you're looking for easy, amicable, languid office scents. Again, let's do another designer. Excuse me. Prada L'Homme L'Eau. Now, the Prada L'Homme line is just fantastic. The L'Homme is great. Then came L'Homme Intense, I think, which I included in my winter list, and Prada L'Homme L'Eau. It was released this year, and in my humble opinion, I think this is the best release of 2018. Why? Because this is just, oh my god, how do you make a fragrance which has leather but the feel of silk, and it's so airy and light but performs 10-15 hours without any trouble, performs, projects for about 2 or 3 arms lengths. It's got notes like iris, powdery notes, but still comes across as uber masculine, uber modern, and basically a fantastic crowd pleaser, one of the best. And compliment factor is huge. There is nothing wrong with this fragrance. Excuse me. One of the finest releases of this year, and I'm going to do a full review soon, but I can tell you one thing. If you like very classy, sexy, modern, and wearable fragrances, I recommend this highly. I couldn't recommend this enough. This is a fantastic office wear, daytime, any weather. Most wonderful thing about this fragrance is its wearability. It's a stunning fragrance. I'm going to do a full review, and I'll do as fine a review I possibly can. Okay, let's do a few niche fragrances. This is another fragrance which I did an exclusive review of recently, and the fragrance is Acqua di Parma, Colonia, Sandalo. This was released this year, and the best thing about this fragrance is this brings back the glory days of sandalwood. Sandalwood, being a controlled commodity, is extremely expensive, especially Mysore sandalwood. This fragrance creates a magical concoction. Now, I've done a full review, you can check it out, but in brief summary, why is this a cut above the rest is, this is taking the signature of Colonia oud and tying it up with a soft, blossomy sandalwood, silken smooth. And the fragrance journey is very, very long. And it's just a delight to wear. It's a very enjoyable fragrance and very elegant fragrance. Expensive, but well worth it. Right guys, so next on my list is a fragrance which was released this year. It's one of the most stunning patchouli fragrances I've ever come across. It's Diptyque and it's called Tempo. I've got to review this one. I'll tell you one thing though, if you are a patchouli lover, so if you like fragrances like, just absolutely stunning guys, so natural smelling patchouli. If you like fragrances like Coromandel, if you like fragrances like Lidge, the creativity and the beauty of this fragrance, it's almost a masterpiece. I'm saying almost because I have to wear it a bit more. I've worn it 3 times, full wear. It's very bitter, so I have to be very careful at the number of sprays. But in a nutshell, this is a woody, bitter, dark, earthy patchouli fragrance. And the impression it creates in your mind is of deep, luxurious elegance. Very elegant, extremely elegant. Yeah, but you have to watch the sprays. It's a 1-spray fragrance, very, very strong. Diptyque have, created fragrances which wow everybody. And Tempo is no less. Next on my list is a fragrance which I reviewed. And it's Tom Ford's Vert d'Encens. I think guys, this is one of the top Tom Ford fragrances. Absolutely fantastic. This creates a green, woody, creamy scent which is just beyond words. One of the finest Tom Fords. And the reason I've included in this list, and I've done a full review, check it out, is there are not many Tom Fords which can do this. Tom Fords are known for creating sweet, heavy, sort of thick, dark scents. Yeah, and they also create light scents, but mostly sweeter side. There's no sweetness in this fragrance, and the creativity and the sort of the way the symphony, the notes they've been created is just a masterpiece. Vert d'Encens, yeah. It's basically green, soft wood. It uses benzoin, one of the finest benzoins, not benzoin, sorry, heliotrope. The finest heliotropes are smelt, and it uses green incense. Yeah, stunning, very creative, and extremely elegant, crowd pleasing, compliment magnet kind of a fragrance, business-like. Yeah, but I think you can wear it to a night out and get a compliment. It just compliments a suave, stylish man very well. So that's Vert the Encens. Next is a fragrance which I haven't reviewed yet, but I plan to review. And this is also a new house. The house is called Sammarco. So I'll show you the official sample. So they're called Sammarco. Sammarco is basically a house created by master parfumer. His name is Giovanni Sammarco. And the fragrance that I'm talking about is Bond T. This is a house based in Switzerland, and I have ordered many decants, as you can see. And this fragrance, I'm wearing a tiny drop of it here. This is an extremely strong fragrance, almost extrait de parfum concentration. And they make the fragrances mostly with natural ingredients. Just like Tempo, you smell natural, real patchouli here. Oh my God, this is, if you like patchouli, this fragrance is going to absolutely stun you. I'm going to do a full review soon, but in a nutshell, it smells like a gourmand without being sweet. Yeah, and it smells like a dark chocolate cake initially. Then the patchouli comes in, then fruits come in, and you know this. It's got notes like castoreum, so it should be animalic. It's not, but if you focus, there's slight animalicness here. Extremely creative and very seductive. You know, very, very seductive gourmand without being sweet. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. There's no word for it. The next fragrance is not only stunning, it's an absolute blockbuster. It's from a house which is getting a lot of attention from me. It's Nishane, and the name of the fragrance is Fan Your Flames. Guys, if you're into clubbing, if you're into date game, just sample this fragrance this year. Just include it in your to-buy list, sample it. It uses, oh my God, it uses beautiful rum, coconut and tobacco. There are many fragrances that use rum and tobacco. Smell this. You forget everything else. This is the sexiest date night fragrance I could recommend this year. In fact, it is expensive. It's extrait de parfum concentration with superb performance. Sometimes when people come to me and ask me for a stunning date night fragrance, Fan Your Flames. Done a full review, check it out. One of the best date night fragrances I've discovered this year. One of the best. Next on my list is again a niche fragrance which is super sexy, very, very nice. It's by Lubin. It's called Akkad. Now I'm actually testing it at the moment. So where is it? Yeah, there it is. So this is a 1-day-old spray. This is turned very, very friendly now. Well, it's not unfriendly, but it's very strong. Oh, beautiful, guys. Absolutely. This house, Lubin, is just stunning. Their fragrances are stunning. But this one is a cut above the rest. So what you smell is a very balmy, yeah, almost resinous, smoky and medicinal scent. So combine Gucci Purum, take Gucci Purum, and then combine it with 1899 Hemingway, which is supposed to be a clone, not clone, but inspired by Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb. So mix Gucci Purum with Spice Bomb, two amazingly sexy scents. What do you get? A super sexy fragrance. Yeah, great for date nights, bit strong, and amazing for night outs, cold weather. Outstanding fragrance. I'll review this very soon. In fact, I'm so tempted to get a full bottle. Akkad is amazing. Amazing. So 1-day-old spray is just wowing me at the moment. Now, so I've done a few designers, I've done a few niche. Now this year, I've also been acquiring vintage fragrances. And I think if you take my 2 pennies worth of advice, a serious collector should also have a sizable collection of vintage fragrances. Why? Because vintage perfumery has a facet which is absolutely impossible in today's perfumery because of IFRA regulations, because of more and more use of synthetic materials. But if you want to experience perfumery as it used to be 30 years ago in its complete total glory, you have to go and acquire vintage fragrances. So here's my first acquisition. I've heard a lot about this fragrance. I've always wondered what the fuss was all about. When I got it, I knew what it was all about. Samsara by Guerlain EDT. Now, this is known as the gold standard of sandalwood based fragrances, or seductive aspect of sandalwood. It uses three things: sandalwood combined with jasmine sambac combined with ylang ylang. It might sound very feminine, it isn't. I wear it with pride. I've worn it many times to work. It is one of the most charming, elegant, sensual, any adjectives you can think of that describes just eternal bliss. You know, when you wear this, if you're a lover of sandalwood, you are in love with yourself. You'll probably ask yourself out for a date. That's the beauty of this fragrance. But this is a vintage. Make it a mission in your life to sample the vintage Guerlain. Vintage Guerlain Samsara. My God. Absolutely fantastic. Sticking to sandalwood, you guys know that I love sandalwood. I also wanted to get one fragrance, at least one, that smells like authentic Mysore sandalwood. Now I've got a lot of decants of Mysore sandalwood, ranging from 90 pounds for 2 ml to 360 pounds for 2 ml. That's how expensive sandalwood is. Then I ran into a thread which describes there's one fragrance in this whole planet that smells exactly like Mysore sandalwood. Very true. Lorezo, Villoresi, Sandalo. This one has that sandalwood, the Mysore sandalwood, the real Mysore sandalwood. I'll do a full review soon, but this is one of my prized possessions because I'm so much in love. Oh my God, this moment you smell it, I know the smell of Mysore sandalwood very well. So the moment I smell it, I know this is Mysore sandalwood. And I'm going to do a full review, one of the finest acquisitions, vintage fragrances this year. This came out in 1995. Last. I've saved the best for the last. Okay? The fragrance I'm going to show you is a fragrance I've always enjoyed, but I didn't have the vintage. When I got the vintage, I thought the fragrance that I was so fond of was merely a shadow of what it used to be. And that one is Heritage by Guerlain EDT Vintage. This is a 1990s vintage. The moment I smelled this fragrance, I realized that the fragrance I love so much and I recommend so much is basically a pale shadow of what it used to be. Yeah, because of whatever the reasons, IFRA regulations, whatever it is, there is no comparison. It's like comparing a street car to a Formula One car. It's like comparing a pop star to a rock star. This is the rock star of my collection. And I'm going to do one of the finest reviews I can possibly do of this fragrance very soon. I've made myself a commitment that I have to do the best review I can of Guerlain Heritage. And I'm preparing myself for it. It's going to take a bit of time. There are 3 or 4 fragrances that I want to review the best I can. And I always do my best, but I want to do a special review of this fragrance. So it will be soon, it will be out soon, but give me some time to learn this fragrance. So this was the final one in the list of the most sort of, amazing discoveries of 2018. I hope you like the list, and I hope some of these will feature in your 2-buy list. If you do, you'll really enjoy it. Take care, fellas. Bye-bye.